Hello, welcome back to RetroDuck. In this video I want to talk about CeX, or CeX as they say it should be pronounced, but that just feels wrong. So CeX have been getting a lot of hate recently on the various Facebook groups and forums for retro gaming, and I want to address that. Now, I'm in no way connected to CeX, so this is all my opinion, and I'd appreciate your thoughts in the comments below. So let's have a quick recap of the problems I've had recently with CeX. So let's start with the obvious one, and Christmas. My wife bought me for Christmas an N64 and a SNES from CeX, and as you'll know from my last video, the SNES turned up and they'd actually sent a SNES Mini Classic, which, you know, they're great, but that's not what I want for my collection of original consoles. So sent it back, they've refunded my wife, and we ordered another SNES which turned up and works and is fine, and that's great. And that was absolutely, you know, no hassle, no quibble from CeX. They just, you know, refunded and we ordered a new one. Unfortunately, the N64 she bought was actually faulty, and there was no video out. Now, that could have been, you know, something that was faulty when it was bought, it could have something happened in transit, we don't know, but again, it was a letdown. At the same time, obviously, my wife bought me the SNES and the N64 but didn't get me any games. I ordered some games, one of which was Legend of Zelda Gold Cart. And you're probably one step ahead of me here, but yeah, a grey cart turned up. So when the N64 didn't work, I thought, well, I'll take these back into a store and sort it out there. And I went to a store that was meant to have N64 in stock. However, when I got there, the N64 with the expansion pack that they had in stock didn't actually have the expansion pack, and it turned out it was a return from mail order. It had turned up without the expansion pack when it was meant to have one, and so somebody had returned it into that store, and it was awaiting return back to the store it originally came from. So I just did the return of the N64 and my Legend of Zelda, and I went and picked up another copy of Legend of Zelda from another store. I then ended up getting another N64 privately. It actually was less money and came with both GoldenEye and Super Mario 64. So actually ended up getting a better deal. You know, so that was frustrating, and that was really, you know, a day wasted running around trying to get this sorted out. I also had problems with orders earlier than that as well, where things turned up and were wrong or were faulty, and you know, it happens. But the great thing with CeX is, if they're faulty, or there's a problem, or there's something missing, you can take it back into a store, or you can send it back to them and they will refund you, no quibble. So now I'm going to give some examples of issues other people have had recently. I've got them on my phone. So now the first one, unfortunately, I can't now find the photo that the guy posted, but he ordered a copy of Lion King for the SNES, and it came basically almost entirely missing its label. It's annoying, but as it's become known, that's, you know, your CeX roulette. You sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. He's returned it, he's been refunded, and as far as I know now, has actually acquired another copy. Next one I'll post a picture of here, and I'm still not sure whether or not this was serious, but this cartridge apparently turned up like this, and actually the bits of broken plastic weren't even in the jiffy bag it was sent in. So how genuine that is, I don't know, but he claims it was, and that he's returned it and it's been sorted. And that's the common theme here with issues, is that people return them and it's sorted. The next one here, this was from CeX in Watford apparently. Ordered a wireless headset, and as you can see quite clearly there in the photo, he was sent a wired headset. One of those, it's a misstock, somebody's clicked the wrong button when they've bought it in, they've sent it out wrong, but again, you know, return it and they'll sort it. Another example here of a CeX misstock, someone ordered a Hori fighting pad for the Xbox, and this is what they got sent. It's clearly a PlayStation one. Again, it happens, it's a misstock, somebody in the store that just didn't quite know what they were taking, or, you know, has accidentally clicked the wrong item. It gets sorted, it goes back, you get your refund. The branch then will sort out their stocking issue so it doesn't happen again. I've also seen a lot of bashing over CeX and their pricing. Now, this surprised me when I saw this coming up, because I've always been really impressed with CeX pricing. You know, if I look for a game on eBay, it might be £10. I then look at CeX and it's like £6 including postage. So I'm surprised to see CeX getting bashed on price, but it tends to be on the rarer, more expensive games. So first example of this is Panzer Dragoon Saga. And you can see a photo of it here for the Sega Saturn, obviously, £310 in store. And people were exclaiming how much of a rip-off it was, how overpriced it was, etc, etc. But then you quickly look on eBay and £350, £400, £500. You can ignore the £9.99, that was a demo disc, that doesn't really count. But you can see, compared to the eBay prices, actually £310 is an outright bargain for a rare collectible Saturn game. You get the same here with Snatcher on the Mega CD. Again, a photo over here in branch, £260. It sounds a hell of a lot of money for a Mega CD game. But you check eBay, sold prices, £285, £285.69. It's an expensive game, it's a collectible game, and again, the CeX price is decent. Now, of course, you're not necessarily going to want to buy these mail order, but if they're in store where you can physically check them and make sure you're happy with them, then, they're a good price. This one made me laugh. This one, Frank Thomas Big Hurt Baseball, £165 on the PlayStation 1. Yeah, okay, we're all going to think, what the hell, a sports title for £165 on a PS1? That's got to be wrong. But actually, this is a really rare title. It's difficult to get hold of, and for that person who's going for that complete PlayStation 1 collection, they need this title, it's going to cost them. On eBay, it would cost them £60 more. That's huge price difference. So actually, again, CeX, it's a decent price. So I think we hate on CeX a little bit too hard sometimes when it comes to pricing. In my experience, and as I've shown there, actually they're generally pretty competitive. Now I just want to tell some stories of things CeX have done well, where CeX have impressed people, and I have one of those. So the N64 I said I took back into a store. I got home and I realised the memory card that I'd ordered separately, I'd put in the controller and then returned it still in the controller. I didn't mean to return that, I didn't get my money back for that, and so I contacted CeX, this time through Facebook. They contacted the store, and the store actually sent me back the memory card, recorded delivery at no cost to me. Now, you might be wondering why didn't I just go back into the store. I don't live near a CeX store, so that store was actually an hour away from me. But they posted to me, no quibbles, sent it out, recorded delivery, so it's going to make sure it gets back to me. That's really good customer service, I couldn't be happier with the fact that they did that. Another example of that is this. So this person goes into CeX, sees they've got Terminator 2 Judgment Day for the Mega Drive, really collectible title. However, when he saw it in the box, actually the instruction manual and the cartridge were Terminator 2, the arcade game, not as valuable, not as collectible. But he still wanted it, and so the store did what I've been saying they do with these returns. They corrected their stock on the system, sold him then a cart-only Terminator 2, the arcade game, and let him keep the box and manual for free. They didn't have to do that. They could have kept the box and sold it as an empty box to somebody. They could have binned it, but they let him take it. They were happy for him to have it because he was reasonable with them about the issue. And I've seen a few things like this as well, and I actually had it with my Saturn that came from them. So I bought an unboxed copy of Kingdom Hearts, but you can see it came in a box, and a really nice box at that. And I've seen it recently, someone bought a phaser for the Sega Master System, and I said my Sega Saturn that came from them came boxed, even though I paid for unboxed. So you do get these times occasionally where it works in your favour. And talking of things working in your favour, I think this is brilliant. This person went in and sold some games, and one of the games they sold was Gex Deep Undercover, and they gave him the price for the original Gex, which is a significant difference. But this is one of those missed stock issues now, where someone's going to order an original copy of Gex and they're going to end up with Deep Undercover. It's going to go back, it's going to get the stock corrected, and then it won't happen again. But you can see how these things happen and how it works both ways. And if you were the person getting an extra £30, I think it was in this case, yeah, nearly an extra 30 quid on a game, you're not going to say, oh, actually you're giving me too much there. Yeah, unless you're a much better person than most retro game collectors, who are going to be quite happy to have, over 10 times the value of their game paid to them. Now, some people might be wondering, well, why don't you just support your local independent store? And that would be great, but unfortunately, here in the UK, good quality independent stores are really, really rare. In fact, I can't remember the last time I actually saw a good independent store in person. And that's a really sad thing, but I mean, the last independent store I went into, you know, actively sold reproductions and fakes as the original thing, and they weren't good quality. They weren't that the store's been tricked. The guy was doing it to make a profit, and eventually actually he got raided for selling fakes and pirated software. And unfortunately that's really a big part of retro gaming in the UK, is that there are only a handful of good quality independent stores, and they are far and wide between. So somewhere like CeX, that's on most high streets, it's a good thing to have, but like anything, you've just got to be careful and make sure you're getting what you expect. The fact that their mail order gets it wrong sometimes, and that's because it's coming from the branches that have got it wrong in the first place, the fact that they sort it out really quickly, no fuss, actually that's a really, really good thing. I'm of the opinion that a company is measured by its customer service, and you measure that when things go wrong, and they sort those things out. So, you know, I think maybe we should stop hating on CeX quite as much as we do. We should support them, we should show them some love, and when they get things wrong, let them know and let them sort it out. So guys, thank you for watching. I'd love to know what you think about CeX. Leave a comment below with your thoughts, and if you'd like the video, hit the subscribe button so you get notifications on when my next videos come out.